Welcome to your Daily Revolution podcast. Today's topic, why most people choose complexity over simplicity. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
My name is Setema, Gali, the founder and creator of the Prosperity Revolution, a global movement that helps you to get out of scarcity and into prosperity every single day. A movement where people have value, things do not, where money is a result of helping people, where you're rewarded for creating value for others, and where prosperity is not the result of luck, but a predictable steps and formulas, and where happiness is the ultimate goal.
So good to be with you here today. You know, we just finished up Titan Immersion last week. We had 13 men come through immersion, and it's so powerful. It's so transformational. It's so this awakening, this deep power within gets accessed. I'm so proud of the men who came through last week. We have Shield Maiden Immersion coming up this week, next week, and I'm back home shooting the podcast. So I want to jump into this conversation about complexity and simplicity. See, it goes a little something like this. When I talk with entrepreneurs and business owners, when I'm coaching people, what I come to find out is most people, right? Most business owners, entrepreneurs, and when I say that word, again, you could even put in mom or dad or husband and wife, right? Most human beings know what to do. They know. I know if I want to lose weight, then or fat or get stronger, I get to change my nutrition, create a deficit, make sure I'm eating the right combinations of macros, macronutrients, fat, protein, carbohydrate, get my workout in, fitness, resistance. Right? It's pretty dang simple. It really is. And if I want to make more money within my business, I simple things, right? Do I know who my target market is, my audience? Do I have offers that make sense, that really solve problems? Do I have good marketing and good sales mechanisms? Well, as I talk and work with entrepreneurs, the thing that I find out, which is, it's mind-boggling, but it's not, is why most of these people, myself included, why most of them take the road of complexity. And they make things really complex, right? And they would rather make up all these elaborate systems, and they'd rather do all of this research and do all of this stuff to get where they want to go. And the reason is this, is that the more complex I make something, right? Let me say this again. The more complexity I create, or the more complexity that you create, it gives you a legitimate reason to avoid doing the real work, or to avoid doing what's really required, right? Just think about that. There's this phrase I heard many years ago that says, complexity is in direct ratio to non-confront. Complexity is in direct ratio to non-confront. So if you take a look at your marriage today, if you're married, and let's just say your marriage is not working the way you want it to work, like it's a little rocky, or maybe you're not having as much connection and intimacy, or there's just disagreements, and you find yourself more irritated with your spouse. I challenge you to look at it and say, what's the one thing that I could do right now to go solve this problem? And it's usually in the form of a direct, powerful, loving, clear conversation. It's a direct conversation to address it and to confront it. But most people don't want to do that, so they make up all kinds of reasons and things to do to avoid the direct conversation. And I see this inside of marriages. I see this inside of people that I work with, or people that I just observe. I see this in entrepreneurs. Hey, I know what I need to do to go make more money. I know what it is that I got to do to go get more sales. But instead of doing that necessary required action, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go do more research and more study and buy another course and attend another workshop. I'm going to, look at that shiny object, squirrel. And then I'm going to go follow the shiny objects and the squirrels. And instead of doing what's required, I make up more things to do instead of doing what's required. Where in your life are you doing this, creating complexity, so you can avoid doing the necessary required actions so that you can actually get the results? Like, let's take a look at physicality. How many of you, I need a new workout. I actually need a new diet. Let me go research what kind of shoes I need. Let me go see which gym has the better deal. Wait, should I be taking BCAAs or EAAs? Should I be taking protein or creatine? I don't know. Which bike should I buy? And you can spend days and weeks and even months of the complexities that you, my friend, yes, you create and choose instead of doing what's required. Makes you feel good, like you're actually doing something, when what you're really doing is what we call sawing sawdust. Spiritually, right, there are some real disciplines. But a lot of people don't like that word because it's like, discipline, I would rather be free and manifest everything. Look, there's some things you can do to begin to build the connection in your heart and your soul with your higher purpose, your higher power. I call it God. And yet most people will make up reasons to not do that. They will create complex stories, legitimate stories and reasons to not do the simple things. Again, in my world, I love meditation. I love studying holy scriptures. I love to pray. I'm a praying man. As soon as I'm conscious and awake, my heart starts to draw to God. And I'm like, Father, please help me today. Thank you for this new day. And as I'm driving, I may even be listening to Dr. Dre, right? That's kind of my age, Dre or Snoop. I found this cool edited version. I'm like, oh, sweet. And, you hear I could listen to them. And it kind of puts me into this groove, and I can still be praying. I know people are like, what? I could be in the weight room and I can still be praying. So instead of making up reasons to not do the things, again, be outdoors, be in nature, meditating, lots of different ways to create a spiritual connection and meaning. But most people avoid that by doing all these, what's the app? Which app? What room how should I meditate? Well, I need an environment to just, I'm like, dude, stop. Stop sawing sawdust. Stop, right, doing the hide behind. Relationally, what's the conversation that you get to go have right now? If you look at your marriage or even look at what's going on with your children, do you connect with them? Do you do the direct thing, like the simple, direct, necessary, required action, or do you make up complex things? Do you download games to your cell phone? Do you stay stuck to social media? Do you make up things to do versus let me be present with my children? Let me just be with my family. Let me carve out the time that's valuable to be with my family. Today, we got a busy day. We got 2 basketball practices. We got a tutor coming over. I got my young boy and about 11 other boys that I go spend an hour with in my church. And then amidst all that, plus work in their school, I'm going to take my boys. I'm like, hey, about 5:30, we're going to go hit the gym together. My 2 oldest. Again, that time matters, right? That's the direct thing I can do with them. And then finally in business. Where in your business are you making up things to do so that you can avoid doing what's required, right? Like in my world, as a coach, as a consultant, as a speaker, and as a trainer, there's lots of things that I could be doing, but there's a few things, I'd say probably a handful of things that I gotta do every day. One of them is shooting a podcast. One of them is emailing my list, or one of them is creating content, touching my clients. Like I do those things, which are the most important. I move the needle, right? We move forward. And so consider this, my friends. Stop making up complexities. Stop choosing to buy into complexities. Stop giving yourself, quote, legitimate, even though we know they're not legitimate reasons, to avoid doing what's required, and simplify. What is the one thing that you must do right now or today or tonight to become a greater husband, father, wife, or mother, to move your business to another level forward and up? What is the one simple thing that if I do this now or right sometime today, like my spirit grows stronger, my purpose grows more meaningful? If I do these things today, I actually start to lose some, pounds on my body, or I start to get in better shape and my heart gets stronger. Complexity is in direct ratio to non-confront. Instead of making up complex things to do, just go confront what's required. Go confront a person. Go confront a situation. Go handle it direct. Don't go talk to 10 other people and spread your victim story. Just, you know what? Let me go have a conversation with this person. Let me go get this cleaned up. That's how you move life forward. And then once things are in the simple form and you've mastered those things, now you can move on to things that might be more complex, but you're already handling the most simple things. My friends, if you've enjoyed the podcast, I appreciate you listening. Take a screenshot, snap it if this has helped you. Tag me on social media and let me know. I love to see those. And of course, if you want to be a part of our monthly coaching, it's called the Champions Huddle. Check that out at championshuddle.com, where we have powerful conversations of coaching and accountability, personal growth and development, conversations around how do I get more deals? How do I build my business? How do I automate my business or scale it or make it more like predictable and sustainable? Check that out at championshuddle.com. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Until next time, I'm out.
Let's go! This is your daily revolution. Live in prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint. This is your daily revolution. You already know. And if you don't, then check my resume. Turning pressure into possibilities every day. We all can win and live our unique purpose. We change our mindsets and put the work in. This is your daily revolution. Daily revolution. Revolution. Your daily revolution podcast.